It's not our fault. That's what we were brainwashed to believe is true and right.
Oh, Maddie got banned by the TikTok guidelines. I'm very disheartened by that ban because I was about to run the best argument on her ever. We're going to go to get that next guest up in here, but I'm going to go ahead and also just tell you guys about that counter argument. So, if it's just that it's societally normalized and pushed for, meaning that these women that are engaging in sex with an ID are culpable for murder, was it societally normalized and pushed for young Nazis to unalive Jewish people during World War II? It sure was. Does that mean that the Nuremberg trials were immoral and shouldn't have happened because they were holding these individuals culpable for murder? Meanwhile, it should have been blamed on the system. Crazy work. Rachel, thank you so much for the $20 donation over on Venmo. Thank you so much for the love, Rachel. I want to see at least 200 big W's and booms for Rachel down below in that TikTok chat, as well as Berkeley over on YouTube with a $10 super chat saying, please tell Maddie I'm someone who will die if I'm pregnant and I don't appreciate her trying to make that choice for me. Well, there you go. I'm so sorry about that, by the way, Berkeley, and I hope that you live in a state where abortion is legal. And thank you for the love. I'd also like to thank MS once again for that $50 super chat. Anyways, welcome up, DJ Beats. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Awesome. So why did you vote for who I'd consider to be the worst presidential candidate of your lifetime? Also, Brandy, thank you for the $5 Venmo.
I get it. Hey, can I ask you one question?
Yeah, go for it, man.
All right. So back a few years ago, was the Hunter Biden laptop real or fake?
I think it's real, right? I think it ended up being real.
Really? Why were we told that it was fake all during the election and the FBI under Joe Biden's watch was told Facebook to say that it was Russian disinformation when it was not Russian disinformation?
Because I'm pretty sure at that point, all the evidence that we had pointed towards the conclusion that it was fake and not real, and is only in the existence of new evidence that they did not have at that point in time. That's the conclusion.
How did I know it? But how did I know that it was fake? But the FBI didn't know it was fake. I mean,
well, actually, you didn't know it was fake at the time.
Oh,
you
I knew.
probably drew that conclusion without sufficient evidence. But
I
can I
knew
be
it was
honest with
fake.
you? I don't care about that at all for one reason. You want to know that one reason?
Why?
Yeah. Do you think that Donald Trump tried to manipulate the outcome of the 2016 election by paying Stormy Daniels hush money to stay quiet about the fact that he had cheated on his wife with her prior to the election?
Do I think that he did that?
Yeah. Do you think that he did that? Do you care? Do you hold him accountable for trying to manipulate the outcome of the 2016 election by hiding important
That happens
information
all
from
the time.
voters?
That happens all the time.
Exactly. You don't give a single fucking shit about Trump trying to conceal information from the American voters about him sleeping with Stormy Daniels. So why should I give a single fuck about the Hunter Biden laptop?
Well, I mean, obviously, why were we lied to about that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, do you think that if we knew that the Hunter Biden laptop was wait,
Why did Trump lie to us about not cheating on his wife with a porn star? Like, you don't give a fuck, therefore I don't give a fuck.
That's a pretty big ordeal. You know what I'm trying to say? I mean, that's just a drop in the ocean compared to everything else that was, put against Donald Trump
when he was running for president. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying. I think that you're a conspiracy theorist. If you care about very virtuous elections and very a lot of integrity in our civil electoral processes, I'm guessing that you're definitely no longer a Trump supporter after he tried to coup and rig the outcome of the 2020 election by installing fake votes for himself in Congress, right?
I mean, if he did that, wouldn't he be held liable for that?
Yeah, he was actually prosecuted in 2 indictments in Congress and then 1 hearing by the Supreme Court. Now, he was able to hold off the courts via the argument that he should be criminally immune from what he was accused of. However, right, he did admit to it, right? So he admitted to the Supreme Court that, yeah, he did send fake slates of electorates to several key swing states in the 2020 election. He did send them with fake votes from those states, which are called certificates of ascertainment. And he did have those fake slates of electorates, send them back to Congress for Mike Pence to certify as real. He also admitted to, right, pressuring Bill Barr, the head of the DOJ, into falsely announcing widespread voter fraud so he could sell that this attempt to rig the outcome of the election was nothing more than a correction of the outcome of the election. But of course, you don't care about any of that, right?
I mean, do I care about that? I mean, I think it was going both ways. Don't you? Don't you think that it was kind of going both ways?
No, I don't. Give me any evidence of
I just told you the
widespread
Hunter
voter
Biden
fraud
laptop
in
was
the
a
2020 election.
was a huge thing.
Wait, okay. So A, you're assuming that they knew Hunter Biden's laptop was real at that point and lack of sufficient information. And then B, you're acting as if that is
Bro,
equivalent to the largest internal attack
listen to
on the
me.
American.
Listen
No,
to me.
you listen to me, little boy. And
do
then
you
you want to
think-
act muted. And then you want to act as if that is equivalent to the largest internal attack on our democracy since the Civil War?
Let me ask you this. Do you think that the FBI can't take one look at a
Sorry, DJ. Unfortunately, you're pivoting away from what I'm bringing up about the 2020 election. I let you have your chance to talk about the Hunter Biden laptop story uninterrupted. I even gave you my rebuttal. You then just continued to talk about it. I gave you a second rebuttal. You then continued to talk about it again. I gave you a third rebuttal. And then I brought up, right, what I consider to be the largest internal attack on our democracy since the Civil War, right, which obviously is something that you should care about given, your very strong, desire for a lot of integrity in our civil and electoral processes. And seemingly you don't want to respond or talk about them at all, right? So how come you don't do that for me? How come, right, you only want to talk about what you perceive as a threat to the integrity of our civil and electoral processes as it is presented from the left, in which you make a lot of baseless assumptions and assume some conspiracy theory. But then when we have the largest internal attack on those same processes, right, committed at the hand of Trump and admitted to by the mouth of Trump, you don't care. You don't even waste two breaths talking about it.
I don't know anything about that. I mean, I don't,
Okay. Maureen, thank you for the $1 on Venmo, as well as Jan, thank you for the $5 super chat over on YouTube. So why do you think Donald Trump was a better presidential candidate?
Why is the last 4 years during question and answering time, all the questions were pre-given to Joe Biden? Do you think Joe Biden was cognitively okay to be president?
Yo mama, thank you for the $5 super chat over on YouTube.
Or do you think he was uncognitively?
Yeah, so no, I don't think that Joe Biden was sufficiently cognitively qualified to serve as a president in a vacuum. However, compared to Donald Trump, I believe that he was a significantly better candidate. I would rather take the old man with some decrease in levels of cognition due to old age, with a good policy built to benefit America, compared to the old man that's just straight up delusional, told over 30,000 confirmed lies during his presidency, launched the biggest internal attack on the American democracy, alongside and on top of the fact that he has incredibly harmful policy. So of course I'd take Joe Biden over Donald Trump. However, right, it's the case that Joe Biden wasn't even running at the end of the day. And if you predicated your vote off of cognitive abilities, well, hopefully we could both agree that Kamala Harris was more competent than Donald Trump. So does this mean that you regret your vote and you should have voted for Kamala Harris because she was more competent than Donald Trump?
I mean, so why didn't Kamala Harris let us know? Kamala Harris let us know early on that he was not a cognitively fit to be president. Why was she lying about it and said he's sharp as a tack?
Yeah, let's just assume that that's a lie that Kamala Harris told. Donald Trump told 29,000.
Dude, that's a very bad lie to tell.
Okay,
that
but
the United States is not sharp enough to be president.
Yeah, what's the worst lie? Okay, right? Telling all American citizens that you won the outcome of an election, causing 70% of Republicans to believe that Biden rigged 2020, eroding public trust in our civil and electoral processes, or just ensuring faith that Joe Biden is competent to finish the job, in which he was.
Dude, how did Joe Biden, or how did Donald Trump win this last election by a landslide?
He didn't win it by a landslide. That's fake news.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
What's the landslide?
Dude, we won the House, the Senate, and we won everything, dude.
By how many votes? Wait. Yes, you won everything, but that doesn't automatically equate to winning everything by a landslide, okay? I don't consider a margin of what, less than 1 or 2 million votes to be a landslide. Also, not to mention that you haven't responded to my question yet, okay? Wait. Can you please name one Trump policy you like? Because the entirety of the time that you've been up here, DJ, you've talked about conspiracy theory and nonsense fucking sense, if I'm going to be honest. I want you to name a Trump policy that you like.
The Trump policy? Return to Mexico.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you talk about that with Parker. And by the way, for everybody at home on YouTube, I know that you cannot see the TikTok live right now, but we actually have my friend Parker, who's another woke liberal that is going to be joining us. And I'm going to pass this one off to Parker just for a moment while I go and I use the restroom. So everybody at home on YouTube, you will still be able to hear Parker debating the guests. You just won't see me while I'm going pee real quick. For everybody at home on TikTok, same thing. Go ahead and take it away, Parker. I appreciate you for being here, and I'll be right back.
You called it Return to Mexico. It's called Remain in Mexico.
Remain in Mexico.
All right, and it's related to the asylum process, which is a legal process. And I'm going to ask you this question. People who are seeking asylum from Mexico, where should they stay while the U.S. processes their asylum claim?
Where?
Yeah.
Mexico.
In the country they're seeking asylum from?
Yes.
Can you please explain to me how that makes sense?
How that makes sense?
Do you even know what asylum is?
Yes.
Tell me what it is.
That means that they're coming here claiming that where they're living at is not safe, so they're coming here to try to live here.
They're fleeing persecution on a
Yes.
protected class. Okay.
Yeah.
Since they're fleeing persecution on a protected class, well then my question is if they're fleeing that persecution, shouldn't you say that they should be able to actually flee it? It sounds like you're not actually upholding the asylum process if you say that they should stay in Mexico if they are seeking asylum from Mexico.
Well, I feel as though a lot of the people that are coming over here are not coming over here for asylum. They're coming over here just for a better place to live. You know what I'm trying to say? It's not so much as, hey, their lives are in danger, or you know what I mean? Like,
So you're saying people are coming based upon false asylum claims.
Yes.
And what you need to do is you need to make the process go faster while in the United States to disincentivize people to go through the process of asylum, like when they don't have a legitimate claim.
Wait, say that again?
Yeah, if they don't have a legitimate claim, you want to disincentivize them to come to the United States by providing services that go faster in the United States for processing asylum claims. But you
believe
still
that.
want to provide a particular system that protects people who are actually seeking asylum. And
so-
when you say remain in Mexico, it does not create a system that actually protects people who are seeking asylum. The whole reason why the asylum process exists in the first place.
I mean, I agree. We need a system in place to where people see. Here's the problem or the issue. Okay, everything, like everything's been done now to where it's like everything's been like whittled away to where now like anybody can just come over here and come into the country, right? We need to go back to the beginning. We need to go back and
Wait, what's wrong with just wait? I have a question. What's wrong with
Go
just
ahead.
anyone coming to this country?
What's wrong with it? If they come in the right way, it's fine.
Okay. Well, then we needed to define like what the right way is. If you're not willing to reform,
Well, I
then
obviously,
what is your defined right way of getting into the
agree.
country?
I mean, obviously, I agree that that we do need maybe a better way for people to come over here, maybe a quicker way, but we need a way to where we could make sure that people are actually coming over here for asylum, from persecution rather than just coming over here because you know what I'm trying to say? It's just a better way of life.
Have I talked to you before?
I'm sorry?
Have I talked to you before?
I don't know.
Your name looks pretty familiar.
I don't know if we talked or not.
I don't know.
Andrew, thank you so much for the $5 super chat.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's
Wait, no. Can I make up a point real quick?
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
So you're basically eroding the entire system of asylum if you make it remain in Mexico for people who are seeking asylum from Mexico. So you're not really making sense because it sounds like you don't actually believe in the asylum process when you make that type of argument.
I don't agree with the asylum process.
There we go. So do you think that all asylum seekers who are legally in the country currently should be considered illegal?
No. But the issue is here we are with the way that it was done, right? Just like everything else, it starts little by little. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, oh, here they can come in. Next thing you know, it's like it's blown out. Now everybody's just running over the border and coming in. We need to go back and we need to
go to the
Wait,
beginning.
what's the reason of restricting people under review? Is it to like limit criminals from coming to the country? Is it to limit violent offenders from coming to the country?
Well, I mean, it's that we just need to know.
It's that. So then I have a question.
No,
Would you
we
let
need
someone-
to know. We
if
just
you
need to
were
know.
to-
We need to know who's coming over here. You know what I'm trying to say? Like we have people that are coming over and they're given court dates. They're not showing back
Well,
up to
then,
their court dates.
since you brought that up as a point, here's a relevant point I can bring up. People who are currently in the country undocumented, right? Would you give them a pathway to citizenship so that we can know who they are?
Would I give them?
They're already in
one?
the country. They're already in the country. You're not going to be able to determine if they're undocumented unless they commit a crime, right? Or you have some reasonable suspicion, right? Which you can't identify in typical, because you can't just restrict people's constitutional rights and force them to give up papers.
Well, I mean, I feel as though there's too many people over here now to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, do you know how many years that would take? We have millions upon millions of people in the United States that are here illegally. Like,
and you want to know who they are, right?
I'm sorry?
And you want to know who they are, right?
Of course.
So then give them a pathway to citizenship. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to identify who they are.
Well, isn't there a pathway to citizenship?
No.
Yes, there is.
Please tell me how.
There's no pathway to citizenship to come over to the United States.
No, for not.
Is there a legal way to seek asylum?
Hold on. For undocumented immigrants that are in the country, there's currently under law not a pathway to citizenship.
Daniel,
right?
thank you so much for the $10 super chat over on YouTube, and I think your message there is pretty funny as well. Thank you.
In the way that we're referencing, right?
No, I
because the legal process that you're talking about takes literally years to go through. So it's not a process for someone who's in the country right now already who's undocumented. I'm talking about a process for people who are already in the country right now who are undocumented, who have not committed violent crimes or bad crimes.
I mean, did they commit a crime to come over here?
Dude,
It's not a bad crime.
Hey,
no, was it a crime? But is there bad crimes and less? I mean,
so I'm actually
crime.
One moment, DJ. So are you saying that you agree with like mass deportation of all undocumented migrants?
At this point, yes.
Okay. Name one way that nonviolent undocumented migrants hurt you, hurt me, or hurt any other American or America as a whole.
How are they hurting us?
Yeah, name one way.
I mean, why do I need to name one way?
Because I can name several ways that they help. Like, for instance, every single year undocumented migrants pay about $100 billion in federal, state, and local taxes. Undocumented migrants reduce crime rates as they are significantly less likely compared to U.S. citizens to commit property crimes, to commit violent crimes, to commit any crime at all. Undocumented migrants add to the American GDP, right? Migrants are expected to add $1.7 trillion to the GDP over the course of the next 10 years. So seemingly they help you, they help me, they help America. They don't hurt you, they don't hurt me, they don't hurt America. Maybe we should offer undocumented migrants pathways to residency or citizenship so they could help even more, because that'd give them more leverage in the workplace to get paid more for their work, right? Which is another really good thing for America. They will become even more productive providers into the American economy. That's my solution, and it's really simple.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is it got way out of hand. You know what I mean? It got way out of hand.
When you say out of hand, you're implying that there's harm being caused. So just quantify the harm. Tell me how undocumented migrants.
There doesn't have to be harm. There doesn't have to be harm.
Okay, so you're just saying like the good that undocumented migrants have caused has just gotten way out of hand? What?
The problem with it is like we have people who are over here.
Wait, what's the problem with a demographic of individuals who only provide good things to America?
Because they came over here illegally. They broke
wait.
over here.
I have a perfect question. Someone actually sent you this on a super chat, and this is a good question. Would you rather have 1,000 undocumented immigrants in the country who are not violent offenders, who have done nothing wrong, who are working here to better their lives and their families' lives, or one violent offender, right, who's a legal citizen?
Would I rather have?
Who would you rather have in the country?
I mean, I have no idea. You know what I mean? I don't.
You don't know?
No,
Really?
I don't know. I mean, that's just a hypothetical question that I don't need to answer.
Wait. If you just like choose to not engage in hypotheticals, I'm guessing you chose to fail third grade math, right? Because we used hypotheticals even back then to better understand truth. You know, like the whole, oh, if you made 5 apples a year for 5 years and sold 3, how many apples would you have produced?
I mean, I
overall? How many
understand.
would you have
I
sold?
understand. No, I understand where you're coming from, but I mean, it's a hypothetical question. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
just like third grade
that
math
person.
class. Wait. Third
that
grade math
person-
class was also a hypothetical question.
Well, let me-
He's,
let me-
he's looking at answer 3 on his math test. He's like, dude, I
No.
can't answer this. This didn't happen in reality. I
No.
can't answer this.
Well, no, I'm gonna say-
I didn't actually see 6 red balls and 2 blue balls and 3 purple balls and 2 yellow balls and 2 green balls. I didn't
No.
actually see those. It's a hypothetical reality. It doesn't fucking exist. I'm
No,
not
I'll say it
answering
like
this.
this.
Fuck you, teacher.
We
I'll
got
say it
Ben
like
Shapiro
this.
on the line.
Honestly, I'd rather have the one American citizen, because we could find that guy and we could do what we need to do with him.
Oh, would you rather have 1,000 undocumented migrants who are not committing violent crimes, who productively provide to the GDP, who work and pay taxes, or one grapist U.S. citizen that will continue to grape and not get caught?
How are you going to continue to grape and not get caught? Huh? I mean,
think our-
if you
wait,
grape,
wait,
you'll
wait,
get
wait, wait.
caught.
You don't think
Wait,
that there are serial
wait.
rapists that don't get caught?
Wait, you
Because-
think?
I mean,
one
I
second.
think-
One second. Stop. You think that our criminal justice system is perfectly efficacious?
No, I don't.
wait.
But I feel
I
like-
like how
I feel like-
I like how he was
I
arguing
feel
that,
like
but
we
then
could
literally
find-
believes it's all
I feel
false
like we
with
could
Trump.
find the grapist, though. You know, I feel like we could find him definitely. You know,
Okay, so like Trump,
I mean, there's
we
no-
We held him
no-
civilly liable unanimously by a jury of 9 people, and
No,
you
I-
didn't believe it.
I understand, but there's no easy answer to this. You know what I'm saying? Over the years, this has been, has been going on and on and on and on to where the point now to where we have 1 million people coming in a year. I mean, it has to slow down, And the only way to do it correctly is we have to go back from the beginning. We got to go back and get the people out to get the people back in. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what you're saying. Hey, man, anything else you want to add on here before we move on?
You don't understand that?
I honestly, I wasn't even listening. I tuned you out. I'm being honest. I'm trying to be honest. My apologies. Kind of, sort of, not really. Is there anything else that you'd like to add on? Here
I'm
before
not
we
gonna lie, I
move
did
to
the same
next
thing. I'm not gonna
Onto
lie.
that?
I did the exact same thing.
Dude, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry,
man.
DJ. I feel terrible.
Yeah, I feel.
Why do you feel
so
terrible?
Bad, so bad.
Because I completely zoned you out.
I don't feel terrible.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
So how do you guys feel about DOGE? How do you guys feel about Elon Musk finding all this money?
Oh, it's just not going to be effective.
I'm sorry?
It's just not going to be effective. It's not going to help the American people.
Why?
Yeah, because in order for the Trump administration to have a net positive impact on reducing government expenditure through DOGE, it means that DOGE would have to cut more than Trump spends. Elon Musk has said his goal with DOGE is to cut $2 trillion, which, by the way, is also impossible. Meanwhile, Donald Trump's TCJA for another 10 years is estimated to cost $8.4 trillion, and that's just one of his bills. So Donald Trump's administration has significantly more upward pressure on government spending than DOGE has downward pressure on government spending, meaning all in all, it's ineffective compared to Kamala Harris's presidency. And I could just run this like very simple math equation. Donald Trump wants to spend $8 trillion on tax policy. DOGE will cut max $2 trillion. Net increase of 6.4 trillion just by tax policy alone from Trump. Okay?
Yeah.
Kamala Harris's tax plan only cost around $3 trillion, and she knew how she was going to pay for it over the 10-year lifespan of the bill, meaning net increase of $0. So that's why I'm not a big DOGE guy. You got a response?
I don't.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Well, I appreciate you for coming up.
Yeah, no problem, buddy.
Kristen, thank you so much for the $20 on Venmo, Kristen. Kristen says I totally tuned you out. I appreciate you for the love, Kristen. W's to Kristen in the chats, y'all, as well as Thomas with a $15 donation on Venmo saying Guy makes 0 cents. That's so real. And Mackenzie, Makensie, thank you for the $25 donation on Venmo for constantly trying to educate these idiots. I appreciate you for the love, Mackenzie. Haley with the $1, Maureen with the $1, as well as More Vowie with a $10 super chat over on YouTube, saying, if I recall correctly, 95% of grapists will walk free. You're correct. As well as Sylvia on YouTube with a $10 super chat, saying, didn't he just put through an executive order to give DOGE the authority to restructure the federal government? I hate it here. I'll have to research that. I haven't seen that yet, but I know that they've been trying to do so. Anyways, Parker, I appreciate you for joining me on the stream today, man. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, just chilling.